I am Daniel Lucas.
I'm Alessandro Panettoni and welcome to Food 101.
Food, people. Let's talk about food. Oh, Shafi.
How are you?
I'm fabulous like you, Shafi.
Yeah, fabulous.
Because
I'm
fabulous.
tired, I'm
Because
tired.
yeah, me too. I'm tired, but we need to do this podcast because we love doing
Yes,
it.
of course.
And we are so happy, people, because last week we roll out our merchandise. So, Shafi, let's look at our merchandise first. Oh,
Let's see.
merchandise. Where our merchandise? Okay, Food 101 merchandise, people, is being rolled out last week, and Chef and I are so happy with our products. If you are looking for, okay, mags, we have mags, accessory pouch with three button, apron, of course, which will working in the kitchen. What else? And of course, towel and a lot more to come, people, because there's a lot of products out there that suit for our logo. Oh, imagine, Chefy, this is only my our dream, no, not my dream, our dream 2 years ago. And then we're really expanding, and we are materialize our motto that our podcast is bigger.
Better and bolder.
Yes. After this merchandise, we are looking forward for our Food 101 audiobook. Oh, those um audio what the books that we produce from volume 1 to 13 and more volumes to come. We have to do another format which is easier for you to just to listen when you're driving or whatever you are doing. You can learn how to cook.
Yeah, why not?
And of course, additional of our podcast. Of course, our podcast, people, because we started our podcast, our humble beginning. So, without our podcast, we don't have this product. We are promoting our books, our merchandise, and sooner, of course, the audiobooks. And the next will be our culinary course.
Nice.
Yes, and we're so happy for that, for our milestones, people. And again, thank you so much for supporting this podcast. So, Shafi, before we go on, let's do a shout out for those people listening in Germany.
German.
Guten Tag, guten Morgen. Germany, people, Germany, thank you so much. So, Shafi, what's in number one in our list?
Yes, 90%. Wow,
Yes,
easy.
thank you. Eh,
Wow, Bavaria 3%, North Rhine-Westphalia 3%,
yes,
Baden-Württemberg region 1%, Baden-Württemberg 1%, Hamburg 1%, Saxony 1%, Lower Saxony 1%, Lamberlin 1%, Searland, Searland, yes,
yes,
1%,
Caroline.
Thuringia 1%, Schleswig Holstein 1%, Bremen 1%, Saxony Anhalt, sorry, 1%, and
Yes,
Brandenburg 1%, Rhineland-Pfalz 1%, Baden-Württemberg 1%. Wow.
yes. Thank you, Germany. Duncan, for
Wow.
supporting this
Yes,
podcast.
90%. That's wow.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Has yes, thank you again, Germany. Good time, Dankeschön for supporting this podcast because this podcast is created to empower food, people. So, Shafi, what will be our topic for
Well,
today?
I was thinking, well, we will talk about risotto. I like risotto. I love risotto. Risotto, it's
Yes,
one of my favorite. Wow, we got some in this book too, guys. Okay, the Food 101
yes, that's our food
book.
101.
little book, then here we go. There we go.
Yay! Our food one-on-one.
Some risotto too over there. But might as well we talk a little bit about risotto. How to make risotto, how you create a risotto, what you can make with whatever you got home for risotto. But
Yes.
eventually, for risotto, you need the best rice I like. There is okay Pialone, there is Carnaroli rice. That's one my favorite Carnaroli anyway. And the
Yes.
risotto is coming out fantastic. And so there is so many different company you can find now at the store. So you can find all over. It doesn't matter which grocery store you go, you can find. And there is a specific rice for the risotto. And when you make risotto, the first thing you have to do is you have to toast your rice. Okay.
Mm.
Once you toast your rice, then after you toast with a little bit of onion and olive oil, then after a nice glass of white wine, let it evaporate the wine, and then you can start cooking the risotto with a nice base of bouillon or whatever you got. So it depends what kind of risotto you want to make. So let's say you want to use, you want to make a vegetable risotto. You start with the vegetable bouillon. You start the process of cooking when you start to cook the risotto, and you add a little bit of time the vegetable, and then you make sure that you got your vegetable ready. What kind of vegetable you want? You want asparago risotto with taleggio, or you want a champagne risotto with let's say saffron and cherry tomato and let's say, well, let's put it on something zucchini. Zucchini match very good with the zucchini too. So
Yes.
depending what kind of risotto you want to make. You can make a risotto with anything, really anything. Like whatever you open the fridge and whatever you can find in the fridge, you can use. For meat you can use if you want bacon or pancetta or guanciale, or if you want beef risotto, you use ground beef. Or so it's up to you. What kind of risotto. My suggestion. I love seafood risotto. I like. A nice clams, mussel, shrimp, octopus, or in calamari, squid, and one of some crab or some lobster risotto. Oh my God, there's so many kind of risotto you can make. Which
Mamma
one you like?
mia. Oh, I love seafood risotto, Chefy. It's something
It's my
else.
favorite. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can make so many different kind of risotto. Sea urchin risotto. Oh my god, it's
Mm.
beautiful. It's a little
Che
bit costly.
buono.
It's costly, but it's a very good rice, very good risotto when you make that one. So it all depends on what the people like to do and what kind of taste they got. Let's say simple. Let's make a classic Milanese risotto. With the saffron. Very, very simple. You toss your rice.
Mm.
Yes, you toss your rice. You got your base of bouillon you like most anyway, and then after you put your wine in the risotto and you make evaporate the wine, then you add your bouillon. Let it cook for half of the time. Usually take about 16 to 18 minutes to cook a rice risotto, and halfway through you put your saffron in and let it infuse and let it get the color nice and yellow, the beautiful bright yellow color of the risotto. And when it's time, you cook time is arrived, 6 minutes, 16 minutes to 18 minutes. You add lots of Parmesan cheese, that's for sure, and a nice butter monte, and that's you just let it stay for a 1 minute two to relax the risotto, and then you put on the nice plate, and voila, that's it. That's how
Yes.
you enjoy after. That's it, with a nice glass of white wine. Fantastic.
Che buono.
Yes. What
Risotto.
about after that? If you want to add something else on that saffron risotto, you can put shrimp if you want it. It's a good match with the saffron.
Yes.
Fantastic. Uh, uh, nice julienne of vegetable. You know, you can do some nice zucchini, some nice carrots, some nice daikon or julienne. You just pan fry, just to give a nice crunchy flavor, and you just put at the end in the risotto, mix all together with the shrimp. Oh, fantastic! You know,
Fantastico.
yes, absolutely.
And so, people, risotto is one of the number one starts for Italian cuisine. Find anywhere in the world. I think
But
so.
yeah, wherever you go, you find the risotto
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Maybe they're not going to use the carnaroli rice or the vialone or the acquarello or whatever, But they can you can find any kind of rice if they make risotto. Somehow they make it. Somehow
They
they make
make
it.
somehow, yes.
We are
So,
any
Chef,
kind of rice.
yes. So, Sheppy, why is it important that we need to stir the risotto while cooking it during the cooking?
Well, because the starch is gonna touch on the bottom for you on the pot, so you're gonna burn it.
Mm,
So that's why
yes.
we stir, and then
Stir,
after you can
stir.
see it when it's cooking, because you want to add a little bit of time in the bouillon just to make it cook as much you need. You don't want to put too much, otherwise you have to make it evaporate that bouillon. If you cook too much risotto, it's gonna be a glue. You can
Mm,
just touch drywall on it. But it's very important that you stick on your. You have to check, you have to mix, you have to make sure it's got nice. The starch is gonna glue all together and make a nice creamy on the rice. That's the
yeah.
best part. It's that's make because you don't need to add no cream on because it's already creamy by its own with the starch. So I
Yes.
guess no.
So, Sheppy, where does risotto came from in Italy?
Risotto, where it
Yes.
comes from?
Yes.
Well, most of it's coming from North Italy anyway. It's basic from over there. But in all Italy, we make risotto. We make south, the central, or in the island. We all make risotto because it's it's a classic. It's a classic recipe that we all do. And then wherever you go, there is a different recipe you can have. So if you go on the close to the sea, on the south part, or even my side, like if you go to Tuscany or go to the litorale in Rome, you can have a nice fresh seafood over there, and you can have a nice seafood risotto from any restaurant in the town.
Definitely.
Of course, if you go up north in the mountain, they can make a nice risotto with a nice radicchio and taleggio, radicchio and gorgonzola. Different kind. It depend of the region or where you are from.
Definitely. So, Chef,
Yeah.
we know that risotto they're using for ossobuco. So, what the classic seasoning in giving risotto alla Milanese, so distinctive color?
Well, the risotto alla milanese it's a risotto with the saffron, and it's always been served with the ossobuco because it's a perfect
Mm,
match. And yeah, when you cook your ossobuco, and you have your starch, you have your protein over there. So it's one plate combination. It's the best combination ever. Yes, it's fantastic. It's the flavor you can mix together with between the ossobuco and the risotto. It's really mixed together and they give it an amazing flavor in your mouth. Anyway,
yes. What do you call this? Mamma mia! How they said.
oh yeah,
Ossobuco,
absolutely.
ossobuco and risotto is something
Yes,
else. But so, Shafi,
yes.
before we go on, let's do congratulate ourselves because, People Food 101 is number 23 on out of 250 podcasts in Canada, top food podcasts in Canada. We are number 23 people, and I hope next year we are number one. Yeah, right, Shafi? Look,
Well,
people, we are.
I love to, but
Our competitor are much, much,
yeah.
much more stronger.
Maybe, we have a audience, they really appreciate what we do, and and they listen to us. We just have fun here. We just
Yes.
enjoy. Make nothing to, you know. It's something that we spend a day off on
Yes.
online to talk about food. It's not enough that we talk during the week or we during the week, but it's part of our life. We enjoy. And
Yes.
why don't share?
Yes, definitely, people. And out of 250 podcasts, again, we are number 23. Thank you so much. From the bottom of our heart, Chef and I are so grateful. And I hope you will.
I would like to have somebody of our audience to join us on this
Yes,
podcast. It would be fun, and
definitely.
chat and see what they like to cook at home, and see what we can do for them, and live on on the podcast would be cool, eh?
Yes, that'd be awesome. Probably sooner or later, we're going to do have a live podcast with Chef cooking in the kitchen. Ah, that's
Uh,
season five. Season five, people.
yeah,
We're hoping for
yeah,
that.
no, 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 don't go too far.
Just like Food
Take your
Network.
time. Take your
My
time.
goodness.
Take your time.
Yes, that's like because people Food 101 is really like this year we expand our limit. Not because for Food 101 we have already books. We have a lot of books and we have already merchandise, and sooner or later we have audiobooks, and of course sooner or later we have in culinary course. So people, we are so blessed that this podcast give us a gateway to make these products to be more famous, and we be a more people to entertain, because that's our purpose. Chef and I have here to give you knowledge, to entertain you, and to give you no, not to give it, to inspire you in the kitchen, because people working in the kitchen is hard. People working in the kitchen is lots of pressure, lots of what else, Shafi? Pressure and what? Headache, for sure.
Well, no,
And
working in the kitchen in a restaurant is one thing. Working in the kitchen at home is a different thing. You know,
yes,
if you, what we try to do, help you to enjoy cooking at home. That's it. It's not to work in a restaurant. It's a completely different story. It's
yes,
it's enough to hours 6 days a week or 5 days a week. That was enough. But no,
yes,
what we try to do, just to make you feel comfortable in the kitchen. And don't be afraid to make a mistake, of course, like we always say, and to make you feel really, really comfortable in what you're doing. Just trust yourself. Making whatever you like in the kitchen, and just enjoy, because that's fun. It's so fun
yes,
cooking, guys. Come on. I
yes,
think it's part of the daily, the family time for me. Spend time with my family. It's in the kitchen. No, it's on the table, of course, with the family, especially on my day off. Then we can all eat at the same time. At the, it's the best time of the week for me. And
yes,
yeah, and when you see kids enjoy and spend time with you, people did or peel onion or whatever, even if you make a frittata or you make a stew, it doesn't matter when you have fun. Why not?
mm, yes, yes, people. Cooking in the kitchen at home, it's something else. It's to reunite family, to give them good food, to close together. So, Shafi, risotto, what else you can say about it?
It's good. I'm gonna
Yes,
give it
very
to my
good.
wife.
Yeah. Che buono.
Yeah, well, risotto. Just the most important thing. Don't forget to get toasted the rice. Okay, that's the
Toasted, yeah.
first thing. Don't over toast it, because you're gonna feel it's otherwise it's gonna burn. But give it a minute. Turn in and toast it with the onion, and give it the um, touch at the end. You put your after you when you put the wine, you can hear the evaporate right away. And then
Yes.
after you start to put the bouillon in, and that's it. And let it go, stay beside, cook with them, and that's it.
So, Sheppy, can I use different kind of wine in risotto or the specific
What
wine?
then? What you mean? It's always best if you use white wine when you uh, you toast the rice. So it's always the best. But sometimes when you make beef ragu and you use red wine on the ragu, why not using it in the risotto? Or sometimes when I make the risotto with the Treviso, uh, with the radicchio, and to give a little bit more purple color, I use the red wine. That's
Mm,
that's one of my choice
tricks.
to do. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
I
Sheppy,
use the red wine to give a little bit more color. So at the end, the risotto is going to be nice and purple.
definitely. So, Sheppy, can I use brown rice for
Brown
the yes,
risotto.
yeah.
You don't have too much touch like the white risotto, but yeah, well, actually, why not? Hey,
Mm,
we can try. We can try together. Maybe when we
definitely.
do live, yes.
So, Chefy, what are your some tips? The perfect creamy
Creamy
risotto.
risotto. Well, then, of course, when you arrive your 16, 18 minutes cooking time, the risotto is over. Shut it off. Let it stay for a few minutes. Well, of course, like I said before, just put your Parmesan cheese and then you put your butter. Monte. If you see it's too dry, a little bit dry, give a little bit more bouillon because it's always good, to make
Yes,
it run. The risotto is not going to be stay over there on the plate like pasta. You put it on, boom, and that's it. No, the risotto's got to go down after imagine the lava from the volcano. It's coming down. That's it. That's the risotto. It's got to be like this, coming down and
runny,
get flat on your plate. Yeah, not too runny, but it's got to be like. The dime
different.
that's still over there doesn't go anymore because after when it cool down, when it's going down, it's cooled down, it's gonna stay over there. So that's the best thing of the risotto. What you have to remember about the risotto: don't make it too dry, otherwise it's gonna stick over there. It's like okay, it's good for maybe arancini. Yes, okay.
Arancini.
For
Oh,
arancini, it'll be okay.
yes. So, Chefy, what your tips for leftover risotto?
Arancini.
Oh, yes.
For sure. Well, you can try anything. You can try even make a frittata, rice frittata. You just toast the rice and then you put the eggs. Why not? Uh,
Why not?
but yeah, when you usually when I got leftover risotto, I make arancini. It's it doesn't matter what kind of flavor you give anyway. For me,
Yes.
I can make like I said, Treviso, radicchio, risotto. It's something different. Seafood risotto. You can make arancini with seafood risotto. Why not? Something nice, eh? And
Yes.
I'll try to make it big, so it's gonna be pretty
Montana.
other way.
How about
But
the
yes, but
how
usually
about
when
the
you make risotto, it doesn't last too much.
uh
Not too much
yes.
left over. My
the
house.
It's so delicious, people. So how
Yeah.
about Chef Risotto Nero?
Nero di seppia,
Yeah.
buonissimo, fantastic. It's black rice. It's amazing. Yes, when in Italy there is already a product. The rice is already black, so it's
Oh,
now and it's fantastic. But you can make it by yourself. You just need the squid ink, and you just put inside the. Don't put too much, trust me, because if you put too much, all your mouth black. Trust me. So, no, but yeah, it's one of my favorite. But I used to make only with maybe a seafood ragu bianco, white seafood ragu, because once you put the black in the risotto, it's going to color everything. So you can't see too much the food. And I used to you make octopus ragu or a squid ragu, white.
mm,
And then,
Yes.
of course, you're gonna find inside when you eat it, but it's no, but you can't see too much because it's gonna be dark anyway, black. But
Yes.
yeah, it's a fantastic flavor, the black ink risotto. I love it. I like to use the black ink even on the plate as a brush on, and I really like the black touch on the plate. Yeah.
So, chef, instead of Montauban, can I use mascarpone instead?
Well, yeah, you can use mascarpone. It's just expensive cheese
Short
here in
cheese, yes.
Canada, but it's expensive cheese in Canada. But
True.
yeah, well, eventually, yeah, you can make as a, even you can use as a four cheese too. You can use as a cheese for the four cheese pasta or four cheese risotto if you want. In this case, four cheese risotto. You can use mascarpone, fontina, parmigiano, and let's say mozzarella or whatever you like. Gorgonzola, yes, gorgonzola. Why not? And
Yes.
yeah, but yeah, I love mascarpone. But
Yes, me too.
at the end,
Even
mascarpone it's a cream anyway, so that's why you use cream. It's cheaper
yes.
than mascarpone at this point. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
true.
this, yeah, yeah. Mascarpone it's a little bit expensive in Canada. But
That's
hey,
true.
I like
But
mascarpone for tiramisu.
yes, Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
So, Chef, what is the role of Parmesan cheese in the final state of making risotto?
well, I add at the end the Parmesan cheese at the end, and I put the butter before the butter. I put the Parmesan cheese, then I put the butter on it, and
Mm,
I want the Parmesan cheese to get melt inside, and making sure that I don't put too much salt in the risotto. So at least at the end, I got the flavor to the Parmesan too. So but then depend of what kind of risotto we make, of course, because if we got a seafood risotto, a red seafood, no, I'm not going to put Parmesan cheese. Don't even if they're going
yes.
to pay me for. Wherever I work, I just say, I send you the Parmesan cheese on the side, and then it's up to you. Whatever is coming out from the kitchen has got the right taste that we serve at the restaurant. So if you want to have to change the flavor that I give it to you, it's up to you. But no, never put cheese on the fish, no tomato fish, no clam fish, no, nothing, no spaghetti vongole. No, that's
No.
a big no for people. No,
No, no,
it's
no.
like putting ketchup on top of the pizza. Oh my god, no, we don't do that.
For sure. So, Chef, what are the some unconventional ingredients that can be used to flavor risotto?
But we talked about before for the saffron.
Mm.
Saffron, it's all the black ink is giving that flavor too. Let's say, well, it depends for seafood or for meat. Yes, we'll say you can aromatize with some spices if you want it, or paprika as a a flavor more for the risotto. It's all depend um, what kind of base you use for the risotto. It's a meat, a fish, or it's a pork, it's a chicken, or it's veal. It's all depends.
Yes, people, it depends how what kind of risotto you will make. But Seppi, before we go on, I want to invite our listeners to grab a copy of my collection of my notebook. See, Seppi, I always doing something. Collection of notebook, a flowery notebook, people. These are flowers from British Columbia. I collected it and compile it as a notebook individually. So it's $6 for the paperback and hardcover is $13. It's so amazing collection of notebook, people. It's a flowery notebook. If you need a notebook for your writing or whatever in the kitchen, please do grab a notebook on Amazon by Daniel Lucas. Oh, is
Yeah,
a
you're just busy.
flowery, a flowery notebook. So people, please do grab a copy of my notebook available on Amazon only. So Shavi Risotto, I hope they like it, and please invite our listeners to try to cook in their home.
Yeah, try again and again and again. It's maybe it's going to be difficult at the beginning, but later on you can do it. You can do it, of course, of course.
Yes. For sure, for the first time you're gonna do risotto, you will commit mistake, people. We always saying that don't afraid to commit mistake in the kitchen. The more you commit mistake, the more you become more excellent in the future.
That's
And
right.
and do experiment again. Do experiment in the kitchen. Who knows? What are you doing will be one of the best recipe, just like risotto. It's
Yeah.
what it's invented in what, in 18th century, and it until now. See, it's famous. Who knows? You are the one next to the throne that you invented a recipe that our generation to generation will echo. Ah, wow! Just like Chef Alessandro, who knows, he gonna make a delicious recipe combination of Italian and Canada
Yeah, we can
cuisine.
talk next time. We can
Oh
make it.
yes,
Yeah, why not?
why not? Before we are talking about fusion, right, Chefi? And then we
Yeah,
start.
yeah, let's
So
fusion a little bit next week, next time. Let's fusion a little bit.
yes, Canadian and Italian cuisine.
Sure, why not? Let's mix a little,
Yes,
some maple syrup, some, let's see,
the
let's see.
mascarpone
Yeah, why not? Hey, you can make a dessert. Yeah,
dessert. Yes,
sure.
and people, we are inviting you to grab a copy also for our Food 101 Volume 12 Italian Cuisine. And we have already 13 volumes and more volumes to come, people. We are just busy, but we are pushing for our volumes by volumes until volume 30. Oh, imagine volume 30. We will not stop there. That volume 13. And we for sure for next month, I'm going to continue volume 15, which is Italian cuisine part 2. We have a lot of menu recipes that we want to share to our part 2 Italian cuisine.
Wow.
So, Shafi,
Yeah. Thank you very much. Was amazing. Thank you. Mega people.
see you soon.